Trek Beyond is from the director of the Fast and Furious movies. I'll put his name right there. I forgot his name. And it's the third installment of the Star Trek franchise. And let me say this. I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek. I love the first two movies. They were really great. J.J. Abrams knows how to direct those first two movies. And they were really good movies. And I always loved them. And they're feel like classics in my opinion. So what the third one's about? The third one's about these little alien things destroy the Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise in the ship, and they land on a distant planet. They have to plan to survive while this villain, played by Idris Elba, found this new piece of technology that he's just looking for. This movie I wasn't excited because, J.J. Abrams is not directing, it takes on and directed Fast and Furious, which I love those movies, okay? Those movies, Fast and Furious movies, were really good, and I actually did enjoy them. But this one surprised me. This movie was pretty much awesome. This movie has a lot of great CGI and it has a great character development. Most of the character development is really great in this movie, and that's one of the positives of this film. The cast, great. Chris Pine as Kirk was always my favorite character in the Star Trek franchise. He was awesome in this movie. I love Spark, he was awesome. But I love Jayla, the new character in this movie. She was awesome, okay? When you see her character, you feel for her. She was awesome in this movie. And she's mostly not annoying. And I expect her to be annoying, but she was actually my favorite character in the Star Trek franchise so far with James Kirk. And Anton Yugin, or whatever his name is. I keep forgetting his name. This is his last movie, and it's a big movie for him, so it's kind of a thing for him, but this is his last movie, and he's probably the biggest part of this movie, and I actually enjoyed his part a lot in this movie, and it's good for him in the final thing. Let's talk about Idris Elba as a villain. He was good. I'm saying he was a good villain, but I don't think it was as good as Benedict Cumberbatch in Star Trek Into Darkness, in my opinion. He was a good villain. There are some parts of the movie he was just badass, and he was awesome. And I even love the scene where he's just in the ship and fighting Kirk and stuff. But it's just some of the parts in his movie is just a little cliche. And that's one of my negatives of this movie. This movie, some parts were cliche, and the first half of the movie just bored me. And I didn't enjoy the first half of the movie until the second half came and the movie starts to get good. And the third half just gets better and better, and I'm proud this movie did surprise me. So at the end, I love Star Trek Beyond. It's not my favorite franchise. I'm going to say it's my least. I'm not saying I hated this movie, but it's probably on my bottom. If I rank the three Star Trek films, that would be Star Trek Beyond, Star Trek, and Star Trek Into Darkness. Yep, Star Trek Into Darkness was better than this movie. I think that was my favorite Star Trek movie, but I'm going to give Star Trek Beyond an A. So guys, have you seen Star Trek Beyond? What do you think of it? Comment below, let me know what you think, and make sure to subscribe to my movie reviews and everything, and have a nice day.